Okay, now we are uh, on YouTube. As I will explain a little bit how it work. It's a conversation in English, so we can practice together and learn a lot. I'm not a teacher. I'm here just to get the conversation, and that's it. I will send again the questions because Swelling came after. And I think I will divide in some other rooms because we have a lot of people. Someone here is for the first time in the immersion or no? No?
Just with you. It's my first time.
Okay. Okay. I think I participate in the immersion with you, Isabel, but it's
A long time ago. Yeah,
yeah.
maybe.
Normally, I guide the French immersions. I don't have a schedule for English, but when when it's necessary, I came to to guide. Okay, I will divide in. One person's coming. Hi, Victoria. How are you?
Fine.
Great. I am dividing in some as we have a lot of people, and then we start. Hi, Leandro. How are you?
Hi everyone. I'm
Hi.
fine. What about you?
Great. Is your first time in immersions or you?
No. It's no, first time.
Okay, I divided here 2 rooms. And okay, now I will open and in at the end of the conversation you came back, okay? I will send again the questions because some people entered after. Done. Okay. Guys, as we have here, we also present ourselves first, the immersions. I will start and then I choose some of you, okay? To continue. I'm Fernanda. I live in São Paulo. I work as a Spanish teacher and I really like to learn new languages, have a time with my family, and I am a calm person and a little bit shy. I think that's it. And what about you, Leandro?
So, my name is Leandro. I am 35 years old. I live alone here in Pomerode. It's a city near Blumenau, in Santa Catarina State. But actually, I am from Santos, São Paulo. But here in Santa Catarina, I live for 29 years old. 29 years. It's a long time here. And I work as a computer technician. And in my free time, I really like hang out with my friends. Sometimes play my guitar. Let me see. I love play chess. I really like play chess, table tennis, and I fix that.
Okay, nice to meet you, Leandro, and know more about you. And what about you, Isabel?
Well, nice to meet you guys. I'm Isabel. I'm 23 years old. I live in Florianópolis, Santa Catarina, too. It's Fernando. As Leandro, sorry. And I'm a graphic designer. I work from home. And I work with UI design too. And in my free time, I like read books, watch series. Nowadays, I'm watching Mr. Maisel. It's very nice series, and I like go out too.
Great, thank you, Isabel. And what about you, Victoria? Oh, yeah, are you there?
So I'm
Her
Victoria.
connection.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Oops.
No, okay, so I'm Victoria. I am 25 years old. I live in Rio. I'm a nurse. And in my free time, I just spend with my son because mom doesn't have free time.
Oh, so you work a lot. I think you are freezing here, Victoria. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe her
Or the
connection.
others? Mm. You continue. Come back? Okay. I will go on with the questions, okay, guys? As I mentioned today, we are going to talk about soft skills. And I will go with the first one. How would you differentiate hard skills and soft skills? In my opinion, hard skills are some skills that we normally have by studies, if I'm not wrong, as you study maybe in a course or something like that. And soft skills are the ones more difficult to get, like communication and those stuff. And what about you, Isabel? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I never thought like you about hard skills are more related with courses and when we study. I just understand that hard skills are more technical and practical skills that we do in your work, and soft skills, yes, it's more like our behavior is more difficult to get. I agree with you.
Okay. I think she.
Yeah,
she
probably her connection.
And what about you, Leandro?
So I agree with you. It's about, I think that hard skills about more technical skills. For example, for me, I am a computer technician, so I know about this how to repair a computer, for example. And about soft skills is about uh, how I talk with another people in my company, for example. Um, it's about maybe environment in my company. It's about how can I say, be more educated when I talk with anyone, so polite, so it's about, I think it's about that, the difference between, you know.
Okay. I agree. I will go for the next, okay? Leandro, could you read the third question and answer?
Of course. What does it mean to have good communication skills? So I think that when you be clear about what you need, what you mean, and what you need to talk to another person. Um, it's about, it's not only find the correct words. It's about education. It's about um, be polite when So when you start a conversation, you can say good morning, good afternoon. So, and maybe asking this person, how are you doing? So you can start the conversation, be clear, direction about this information. No, not how can I say, talk about other things that it's not the topic, it's not the what these two persons have to cover, have to talk about. So for me, I think is that. And about you, Isabel, sorry.
No problem. Yeah, I agree with you too. I think as well, have a good communication is translate your thoughts in a conversation. For example, in my work, sometimes I have a lot difficult to translate what I'm thinking and give an explanation about something that I did or something that I study and try to argumentate about that. So I think this is a soft skill and related with good communication, and it's a challenge to me nowadays. And I don't know where I listen, but someone told me that a good practice in how we can have a good communication when we met someone, for example, is try to make the another person talk more about him or herself than you. For example, you ask the questions, for example. I think I don't know where I listened that, but I think it's a good practice to have this good communication, to ask questions and be more curious about another person's life.
Okay. In my case, I would say communication too. I think it's really important and something I need to improve because sometimes it's difficult to speak well, and I wish I would have a better oratory, because I like repeat some words while I'm talking. It's without um, wanting, without want. I do that, and I wish I wish to not do it. So it's something I'm trying to improve. And also, as Isabel said, have a good communication is like do a transmission of what you're thinking in a good way, in a way that other people understand. So it's really complicated to do that sometimes. Thank you. And I will go for the next, okay, guys? Isabel, could you read the next one and answer?
Sure. Let me see here. Number 5. Do you think you manage time well? How do you choose which tasks to prioritize in your work routine? I think I manage it well. And how I do that, for example, in my work, we use a program that gives to us like a Kanban when we can put our tasks and organize our days and watch and see which tasks are more prioritized than others. So I use that a lot to prioritize things. And in my personal goals or I don't know activities, and also another work activities that don't related with my work all the days, for example, more like freelancer things. But I like to use Google Calendar too, to put all my compromises and something like that, meetings too. And I like to use a list too, to put all the things that I need to do in a week or my goals to a month, for example. And then I put a check in all activities that I complete. That. Okay. So Google Calendar I use, but for example, in my work we use this software here. But it's more complex because my company buy these and then all the companies use. But for example, this kind of thing here, Kanban. But let me see if I write correctly. Just a moment. Kanban. No. And this Kanban, it's more like a methodologic, and a lot of programs and softwares use, and also you can do this in a paper, for example. So Kanban is very interesting to organize things, and a lot of programs use and give to clients if you want to choose some program. And actually, Trello, it's a free program that you can use this kind of thing, Kanban, and organize the topics and your activities too. It's very interesting. Trello, yeah, nice. It's very, very good. I like too much. I used to.
Good tips. I like it, your indications. Well, also I tried Trello. I don't know if I did something wrong. I couldn't use well. I think I should insist more. It seems a good app for organization.
Yeah, and a lot of companies, marketing agencies. I don't know if agencies. Okay, marketing agencies use that to organize posts and organize the content of the publications. Very interesting too. So you can use like using this methodology Kanban, and you can organize using another methodology too. But you are limited to put the informations in cards, for example. It's very nice.
Okay. Good. Thank you for the indications. I will try again, Trello.
Nice.
I think I didn't give the chance. And about this question, normal, I don't think I manage well my time. I think I need to improve this because sometimes I don't keep focus on what I'm doing. And normally I need to put a Pomodoro to focus and do the stuff. But I try to plan my week on Sunday, and also try to do some lists, to-do lists, and I also use Google Calendar as Isabel to organize my appointments, the classes, or the immersions that I have here, or something like that. That I know I will have an appointment. I put there, and it's really good. And what about you, Leandro?
So, um, I used to use Microsoft OneNote in my company to organize my tasks. I put some colors, when I have task that so emergencial, I put some color that I can pode destacar, like yellow or red, When I have tasks that is not so important, maybe I could say blue. I can organize my tasks about colors, or sequence. I can put some numbers that I need make more priority this text than others. Sometimes I use also Google Schedule. Maybe, for example, this immersion, I put my Google Schedule to remember. Oh, okay, 7 p.m. I need to have this immersion. So for me, it's worked very well. But I think that I maybe I need another how can I say, another way to organize my task that I can put time to do this thing. It's like prazo. Sometimes I'm lost about about prazo, about time that I need to do some things, because I sometimes I really don't know how what task I need to start right now. So maybe this Apple app that Isabel put here in chat can help me. I think maybe Kanban, I don't know, Trello. My sister used Trello in her company, but I really need another, how can I say, ferramenta to organize my tasks, yeah. So is that, but for me, I use this two apps, mobile apps, Microsoft OneNote and Google Schedule. It's two that work very well with me, So is that. Oh, thanks, Abel, about your types.
You're welcome.
So I think that six question, yeah, no, six question, yeah. So no, or is it five or six? I'm confused. It's a six. So is emotional intelligence something that can be learned for formal education? Oh, it's a good question. It's a really good question. So I think emotional intelligence is really important. Actually, when you work in a company, and not only a company, but your life, that you can have talk to another person. It's not so about intelligence. It's about emotional intelligence, because sometimes you are on a bad day, for example, you can talk things that not so good. You can destroy some things in your thing. Can, maybe you can talk about things that not so good to talk. It could be hit you. It can be destroy about maybe your job, your life. So I think so important having emotional intelligence, but maybe it can be formal education. Yeah, I think I think it will be interesting. I think, So maybe um, mm, psychology, formal school, basic basic things about psychology. I think so interesting. So yeah, I think that I agree about this question. I think so it's interesting. It would be interesting if we be learning formal education. And about you, Fernanda?
I agree that by a course or in the university, you can learn some tips maybe about it, but it's something really, really difficult to applicate. So maybe you can learn the theory, but know how to use it when you have a problem or something in your life that you need to use it. Maybe it's difficult to remember all the theory. I think it's possible, but it's more complicated than other kinds of subjects about things more technical. For you to apply is easier, I think, for technical things. And what about you, Isabel?
Yeah, I agree too. And I believe that you can learn some techniques in formal education, how to manage with some situation, how you deal with some bad or good situation too, related with emotional intelligence. But as another, and I think all the types of contents that you learn, you have to put in practice. So emotional intelligence, I think you will just fix this content and these techniques if you put in practice and have the situations that you, for example, maybe remember some technique and try to put in reality. And I don't know if it's correct, but I think emotional intelligence is related with maturity too and experience. So I believe that uh, with the time and when we grow and have another experience in adult life, something like that, you'll be more strong, for example. So I believe emotional intelligence is related with that too, maturity.
Yeah, because we have some problems in our lives, we grow up and know that it's important to have the emotional intelligence. I think I will go for the next. I think it's 7. As an interviewer, how would you evaluate the soft skills in a candidate? This is a difficult question because I think it's a profession I couldn't be because it's really difficult to evaluate a person during an interview. But if I was in this situation, I think I would watch how the person is acting during the interview, the like the language of the body or something like that. But it's really complicated to know just by the interview because the person answer in the best way the the answers, so the questions. So it's I don't know how I would do it. And what about you, Isabel?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about that, but I really don't know how interviewers evaluate soft skills. For example, in my company, they use how can I say that, a document. I don't know if I'm correct, like a formulário, when where all the collaborators answer the questions, and then the program gives to you your personality, for example. But my company said to us that this is just a basic thing and don't represent us, for example. So I think it's a very difficult to identify aspects or your personality with a short interview, or like as my in my company, with a document that you need to answer some questions. But I think I agree with you, Fernanda, when you even you have this short interview, short call, or answer some questions, you need to be certain with your answers. And the interviewer, I don't know how, but maybe use some techniques that I really don't know about it. Try to identify some, how can I say that, padrões de comportamento. But I really don't understand this knowledge.
Behavior patterns? What?
Maybe,
I mean,
patterns is theirs.
I think it's patterns.
Maybe pattern. I don't know.
Ah.
I really don't know.
What about you, Leandro?
So actually, I never work as a interviewer in a company, so it's difficult to answer this question. But I think that maybe it's hard to find soft skills in candidate about only one meeting. So difficult. Maybe it's more easy apply a text test. That this candidate can write in some answer some question about some psychology question can mapping profile psychology this person. Maybe it's more easy than only in one meeting. So let me see. I think that so more one fact. This interview, I think that can be a psychology, because if this interview is not work with psychology, I think so more hard to find the soft skill this candidate. So I think it's really hard. I remember another way. There's a dynamic group, when a company puts some persons in room, this person can make some activities in group. So it's another way to find the soft skills. It happened with me some years ago that I'm me candidatei a uma vaga de emprego and interview make some this dynamic groups, nós precisamos fazer umas atividades em grupo e tinha alguém analisando como é que a gente ia se comportar nessa atividade. So is that. This is about my opinion about this question.
I participated in this kind of dynamics. I knew I wouldn't pass because I'm shy and the other person normally are more talkative. Just that.
I think it's difficult when you are shy. So because when you make this dynamic groups, it's more easy. It is if you not shy. So
Yes. We can go on. Sorry.
So right now it's 80 question. Yeah.
Yes.
Question. So what rules can benefit the most from active listening skills? Oh, it's interesting. I think that I told before about this dynamic groups. I think it's interesting to learn, to improve your skills, your soft skills. So if I understand it very well, this question is about rules is about things that can be more easy to learn this skills. I think so. So let me see. Yeah, I think so. Maybe besides this thing, I think that maybe learn about listening skills. So it's interesting. I think that there are a lot articles on internet to learn about this thing. So that it's about you, Isabel.
Yeah, I agree with you about the importance of learning that listening skills to have better communication and understand more of the things. But I think about roles. I understand roles like your job, for example. I don't know if I'm correct, like roles, papéis, funções, but if I'm correct, I believe that the roles that we can more have this interaction and this necessity of have listening skills probably how can I say this, that I just know the term in Portuguese, but RH, for example, I think it's a role that the person needs to have the skills, and a manager too. I think the manager have this soft skill to understand and listen her or his collaborator and anything like that, and the manager needs to have the good communication to explain better the things, for example. So I think about roles is that.
I agree with you. I think when you are a manager, it's important to be a good listener because normally you need to understand what your employees need. And also when you are when you work in with clients, like you are a seller or something like that, you need to understand well your client to probably have more chances to sell. And I think that's it. I couldn't think in more roles, but actually every but for everybody is important, this skill. I think when the person know you are listening, she feels better. So it's really important. And I think we can go for the next. What soft skills are underestimated? I I don't know actually, but sometimes we think empathy is something rare. So I think this one maybe is underestimated. And what about you, Leon?
So it's a hard question because as you, Fernanda, I really don't know. But yeah, I think in pricing, I think maybe can be whether estimate. So uh, actually, it's more common to see people that uh, don't think about other. I can see, for example, in traffic car, for example, car traffic. So sometimes I see that the people have no patience about the others, and maybe can be aggressive to another person, and the same person can think about uh, think about uh, be in a other place, another person inside of person, So uh, it's really it's really complicated. It's really sad actually. So is that actually I don't have more I don't have more idea about this question, because I really don't know. But I can agree with you, Fernando. It's about you, Isabel.
Yeah, I don't know too about what soft skills are underestimated, but I understand what you said, guys, about empathy. I think it's always important, and sometimes it's difficult to have, or we see in our environment that the other people maybe don't have too much. So I think it's a good soft skills to put in practice. And another one, well, I really don't know, because I think nowadays soft skills are more, the people are talking more about that. So maybe they don't underestimate it too much, maybe, because the people are seeing the importance. For example, some roles or some opportunities for jobs that we saw in the platforms, they ask a lot about soft skills. For example, communicate skills and interacting with the team, or maybe manage something. So I think the companies are asking more about soft skills and how you can learn new things. And in the second place, they are seeing the hard skills. But I think the soft skills uh, are in the place, in an important place. I don't know, like the companies are prioritizing that. I don't know if I said correct, but I think it's something like that. Actually, I'm seeing that, but I don't know if it's for example in all the country or in all the world. But in my social media and the platforms that I search about that, I'm seeing that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think nowadays everybody wants to have a good communication and those kind of skills. And before, some years ago, it was really, really important to have a graduation, those stuff. Nowadays, I think it's like a little bit less, maybe, and it's more as the companies are asking more about the soft skills, which
Yeah, I
are
agree
more
too.
difficult to get.
Yeah, it's difficult. Or maybe they're asking like a lot of experience that you have and understand what you did. Not maybe about hard skills experience too, but I think soft skills have the importance too in that situation.
Yeah. Can you continue, Isabel, and read the 10 question?
Sure. So, what soft skills do you have, and how are they useful in job or personal projects? Um, Let me see. Well, I think depends of the situation, but I think I have a good communication. But as I said before, sometimes it's difficult to me to translate what I'm thinking and what I'm studying, argue with someone to convince them about something. It's difficult to me nowadays. I think it's a soft skills that I need to practice. But for example, start a new conversation. I think I'm good with this, uh, and in my work too, in personal life, I think. But as I said, sometimes it's difficult to argue, for example. But start a new conversation, simple one. I think I'm good with it. And organize things. I think I am good with managing my routine and organize my stuffs. And uh, sometimes it's a challenge, of course, but I think I'm a good with prioritize things too. For example, I pass in situations that I need to stop doing this to prioritize another things, or maybe I couldn't continue some goal, for example. But I think I'm good, or I'm becoming good with try to prioritize and organize that things. So I think it's that about me, about my soft skills.
Okay. Good soft skills.
Oh, thank you.
What about you, Leandro?
So it's interesting that Isabel say because I think about my skills about communication. I am communicative. Oh, comunicativo. I'm not outgoing, extrovert man, but I think that I talk enough to have a good conversation. And let me see. And about organized guy, you know, I'm so method about everything that I need to. So this is why I used this uh, tools like Microsoft OneNote, you know. So for me, it's really working very well with me. I think it's important. It's important organize your folks, um, your tasks to have a good conversation, clear conversation with someone. So it's really important. In my company, I used to do a lot of things during the day. Sometimes it's so difficult to breathing because uh, it's some days it's so busy for me. So it's really crazy. But I can organize these things. So um, I can improve my skills about that. It's important because sometimes my boss maybe ask me for something. If I don't organize my things, I can answer. You know, so it's important to have a clear communication. Actually, when you have a clear communication, good communication, it's about organize organize these things, these things that you need to do to folks, you know. So I think it's that is relation about these two things, you know, or, good conversation, good communication about organize things, you know, your life, your work. So there's that. It's about you, Fernanda.
Mhm. About me, I think maybe I have patience. I think it is a soft skill. Normally, I try to be patient to do the things. Also, I think I have a active listening. Normally, I try to listen to others, understand, mm, and also empathy because I always think about the problem the person's talking to me. So I think this is really important because sometimes we speak and the other person don't understand or is not listening in the way it should. So I think it's the so there are this one. Um and that's it. The questions ended. Do you have any more comments, guys?
Actually, it's the first time that the questions end and sobra tempo, you know.
Oh,
So it's the first time.
I'm I don't know if it's a problem, but I'm objective normally, and that's why when in my immersions normally I end the questions. I don't know if it's just with me, but if the other uh, hostess and the questions too, but normally I'm direct. Don't know if it's good or bad.
Eu vou falar em português que daí eu já consigo me expressar
Uhum,
melhor aqui
pode
também.
falar.
Mas é interessante que pelo menos, eu estava me observando, falando. Hoje eu não sei por que eu me senti meio travado. Talvez por causa que o assunto, talvez é uma coisa que meio que foge um pouquinho do meu campo de saberes, assim, vamos falar assim, né? Eu senti que eu estava mais. Tem algumas imersões que eu até estava mais. A coisa não estava mais fluida, mas eu não sei. Hoje eu senti que eu estava bem, sabe? Parece que aquele carro que não pega no tranco, assim.
Bom
Eu
desafio.
também, eu também. Eu também achei que esse tema difícil. Tipo, não que é difícil, mas é difícil a gente pensar.
Realmente,
Skills.
é que tem aquela questão que pergunta sobre é, quais as soft skills mais subestimadas aí. Eu pensei, caramba, eu realmente não sei. Eu não
Uhum.
sei mesmo, eu realmente não faço ideia. Então, aí por isso que a pessoa fica meio assim, né? Tá, o que que eu vou falar? Né? Interessante isso.
Exato.
É isso comigo também. Foi a Sarah, né, que criou as perguntas, eu só vim propor mesmo. Aí então, I
Ah,
didn't, I didn't create the question, so
até eu
let's
ia
start.
perguntar, porque eu vi que estava a Sara como host, né?
Uhum,
Mas
yes.
ela tá
É.
na outra sala? Ela tá.
Não, ela não pôde vir hoje. Aí normalmente a
Ah,
gente reveza os facilitadores quando algum não pode vir, aí vem só pra repor
entendi.
mesmo. Aí semana que vem
Entendi.
ela tá de volta.
Ah, que legal. Essa semana, na verdade, esses dias, eu estou fazendo uma maratona de imersão.
Ah, normally you participate at night?
Actually, I only can participate at night because I
Ah,
work during the day, you know. So
hum.
for me, it's impossible to participate this immersion during the day because I was working, you know. And sometimes, actually, no, not sometimes, but always, I am so busy during the day. My company is so crazy about a lot of things to do, you know. So it's really so there are how can I say there are advantages because the time pass more fast, you know. So it's good to actually. I think that I I prefer when I have a lot things to do, then I don't have nothing to do, you know. It's so boring for me.
Oh, yeah. You guys will come back in some seconds. So for us to finish the conversation, okay? And
So,
I will
Isabel,
get to the
you say that you work as a graphic designer, right?
Yes, graphic designer
There,
and UI designer too. Another company.
I think that Unite it's about app, mobile apples, app,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I have like two jobs. I work uh, in a company that I am a UI designer and do the interface of desktop and mobile frames, for example. And in the second job that I am more like a freelancer, I have the service, for example, branding the entity or post for social media that I do too in my free
So,
time.
it's really interesting because some years ago I'm also worked with a web designer, you know, like
Ah, nice.
use
Mm-hmm.
Dreamweaver, Adobe Dreamweaver, Photoshop, Illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a it was a good experience for me. I
Nice, nice. Very
really like
interesting.
this. It's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
hello,
Related to.
guys. Hello, welcome back. I want to know from some of you that were in the other rooms, how it was the conversation. Gabriel, what do you think about the conversation, how it was?
The conversation was very good. Both Fabilo and Elias, we had a great time together. We managed to finish all 10 questions. And for me, the very difficult one, the most difficult that I had some struggles to answer was question number. Let me see if I can find it here. Question number 8. What roles can benefit the most from active listening skills? This one we had some time spent to understand and to okay, we're talking about this. And then this one, it was the very the most difficult one, at least for me.
Yeah, I think the questions were not so easy, but is a good topic to talk about. And what about you, Ayla? What do you think about the conversation? What's good or not?
Oh, yeah, it was so good. So interesting topic. I don't know how to talk more about the as an interview number 7. It's good one, but it's so good. We could a good conversation.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
me, it was the most difficult too, this question. Guys, I sent here on the chat the link of the survey. Is a evaluation here on Talk and Talk about the conversation. You can send suggestions also about other topics. And that's it for the conversation today. Thank you so much. Okay, Card. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Leandro,
very
Thank you.
much.
Igor,
Thank
Elia,
you.
Miguel,
Thank you,
Ayla,
everybody.
Gabriel,
Thank
and Vitória.
you.
Thank
Thank
Have
you
a
you.
very
good
much,
night.
guys. Bye
Take care.
bye.
Night.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Valeu, povo.